Hi guys, DVD Mike back with a Blu-ray update. I know I've just uploaded an update, but I haven't done updates in a long time. So I'm kind of making up for it and also clearing my backlog of stuff that I haven't shown you. Now, there's a rather large pile of Blu-rays, so I'm going to have to fire through them quite quickly. I'll try and dwell on the ones I want to dwell on, but I'm going to try and fire through them just because there's so many. So we have, firstly, two films I owned one of them on DVD, the second one I bought on HD DVD, and the other one I bought on HD DVD as well. They kind of go together, and I thought I wouldn't buy them again, mainly because I hate Sean Pegg now. Quite a strong statement, but he nearly ruined Star Trek. It's all gone to his head. I like Nick Frost. I think Edgar Wright is one of the best working directors in films today. But I picked up Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead in this double pack with its nice little slip, mainly because they were 2 for $18 on play.com, or in this double pack from Tesco they were £13 for the pair. So I thought 13 quid for the pair, why not pick them up? Won't go too much into these because, like I say, I think Edgar Wright's a great director, and I think these films do stand well on their own, but I'm afraid Simon Pegg has kind of ruined them for me. I think they're a bit too knowing. Everything about them is references to something else. Homage is one thing, but just riffing on things all the time gets a bit boring. Rant over. Next we have Rodrigo Cortez's Buried. This is the HMV special edition with his original film The Contestant. Word of warning to people, if you have a Region 3 Blu-ray player or a Region A Blu-ray player, get the American version of Buried. The American version of Buried will not come with the second film, but this has really bad black levels, plus it's 1.85 to 1, and it should be 2.35 to 1, so it's cropped and zoomed. So the picture quality is crap. It shouldn't look like that. What's worse is The Contestant, his other film, the debut feature that's on there, full-length feature film with decent soundtrack and decent picture quality, is 2.35 to 1. Boggles the fucking mind. I don't know what Icon were thinking. It wasn't even cheap for an Icon disc, because it was an HMV exclusive at 17 quid. Bit of a rip-off, and I haven't watched it yet, mainly because I found out about the picture quality thing. I'll put it in eventually. I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's a really charismatic guy. Definitely worth a watch, I'm sure, but haven't watched it yet. Next we have a film I have watched and kind of enjoyed. It's Robert Schwinke's, I can't pronounce his last name. Red, Retired, Extremely Dangerous. I liked the graphic novel when I first read it. I think this suffers from the Bruce Willis is a bit of a conceited prat at the moment type thing. It's fun. I like Carl Urban, I like Helen Mirren, John Malkovich is always worth watching. Morgan Freeman's always worth watching. It's fun, it's stupid, it's silly, it's nothing particularly demanding, it's nothing particularly amazing. But it's a fun little action film, it has some great little moments. I'd say it's definitely worth a watch. It's got some decent extras. It's got audio commentary retired CIA field officer Robert Baer, deleted extended scenes. So it's got quite a few bits on there, and definitely worth a watch, I'd say. One thing though, avoid the American version. The American version comes in a single disc and a double disc. The single disc only has a Dolby Digital soundtrack. Not True HD, not lossless, nothing. Just Dolby Digital. The 2-disc Director's Special Edition or whatever has a decent soundtrack. This one does as well, has DTS ES 5.1. Not DTS ES, what am I talking about? DTS HD Master Audio. Blech. Next we have something that I'm replacing. I've just got myself a sound system, as you know from watching the other video, and my UK version of this has a problem. The audio channels in the rear are reversed. Didn't matter when I only had a stereo TV. Didn't care. Now that I've got a full sound system, I rebought Cliffhanger. This is the American disc. What I think about it, that's from HMV for $19.99. This was from Amazon, just an Amazon seller. It was brand new for £7.49. just because I wanted to replace the one with the dodgy soundtrack. Much prefer the English cover. Has a decent amount of extras, mostly ported from the Laserdisc and the DVD versions. It's alright, I think it doesn't need remaking like they're remaking at the moment. It's a staple of 90s action, it's got some amazing scenes in it. That plane-to-plane transfer is absolutely fucking wild. They don't make films like that anymore, it'll be CGI and all bullshit rather than a real person doing it. But still, I think it's a great little action film. I only really bought it for the soundtrack. Next we have a film which people who have been watching my videos for a long time have seen, that I've owned the original version, this is the Swedish version, for 2 years. Only finally watched it last night, mainly because I picked up the remake, Let Me In, of Let the Right One In. This is the Matt Reeves directed remake. $12.99 from HMV, thank you Icon for doing cheap discs. Thought that I really need to watch the original before I watch this, so that was the main reason I did it. Haven't watched this yet. Really must pick it up. Pick it up? I own it. Really must watch it. Put it in. That was what I meant to say. As Dolby True HD soundtrack, which apparently there's problems with the original printing in America. The American version of the Swedish film, that the right one in which I own, has issues with the subtitles and apparently with the soundtrack. Sounded fine to me and came up as DTS HD. I ran like 6-7 MB a second. This is Dolby True HD. Obviously won't need subtitles, but I'm going to have to buy the original version in England now because of the the subtitles. There are problems with the subtitles. It's really blunt and misses out a lot of subtlety. Pain in the arse, but still. Next we have one that people will kick me in the arse for. Sharp and I will, and probably DVDM. We have A Bug's Life. They won't kick me in the ass for buying it, mainly because I didn't realise it came out in the UK, and I missed the slipcase. So it's another Pixar one I own without slipcase, along with I think Ratatouille. I haven't got a slipcase on. This tends to be the forgotten Pixar, as I've just demonstrated by forgetting it even came out in the UK. Has a lot of extras. Most people don't actually like this. I think it got swallowed up between Toy Stories, and people kind of forgot that it came out. I liked it. I saw it in the cinema. I thought it was a good little film. It's basically a remake of The Magnificent Seven, or The Seven Samurai, but with bugs, if you haven't seen it. But it's a Pixar film, and since I'm a snob, I only really watch Pixar animated films. Had to buy it just to go with the collection. Now, next one I bought in the 2 for £20 in HMV. Trying to carefully find the one I bought with it. Yeah, it was that one. We have Robin Hood. Now, people already know that I already own this, but this is the Steelbook, and it was in a 2 for 20. So it's still sealed, it will remain sealed because I own the normal version of it. Just picked it up because it was Steelbook. That's it, the crazy things that we do. I know that a lot of people will do things like this, just because it is quite a cool little Steelbook. I know the Australian version looks better than this, but I don't really care because it was a tenner. You know, the things we do. So yeah, I've got really into watching the Kakalaka Movie Boys ones, Crazy Jason and Other Jason, and just the lengths they go to get these editions, and the fact they buy movies more than once is something I really relate to. I think it's something we all relate to, judging by all the videos that I watch of everyone on YouTube. Next, in the same 2 for 20, we have the Road to Perdition. Comes with the awesome slipcase that looks like it's raining. Has a digital copy as well, and I believe it's a DVD copy. Is it triple play or is it double play? No, just digital copy. Great movie. Sam Mendes is a great director. I think he's gone off the ball a little lately. I think the Bond film he's doing will probably spark it back into where it should be, considering he worked with Daniel Craig before. Has quite a lot of extras. Most of them were already on the DVD. And it'll